Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. I'm kalikaiz. Today we're playing Poison Storm, one of my favorite decks. People always talk to me about this deck. It's something I built from the ground up like 2 years ago, 1 year ago. I don't know, but I'm so excited to play it today. I'm excited that people are picking it up all over the world. I saw somebody playing Poison Storm at the 2K I was at. It was sweet. So this version of the deck is pretty much the same as before. We're playing Forlorn Revealed as part of our mana base, and we're playing the normal lands, except I added another depletion land per something that Brian Cook said. He said he would like another depletion. It also helps us cast the breath weapons in our sideboard and our main deck, and I'm going to cut a Lotus Petal for that. I think it just helps to have more lands, and having more depletion lands also helps with the snaps that are in the main deck here. Snap returns a creature to its owner hand, and then you untap up to 2 lands. So we can make a bunch of mana and storm off, make our Weather the Storms way better. And then we still have the breath weapon to hedge against burn in the main deck. And burn, I mean Coldotha burn. So the deck works by poisoning our opponent with Infectious Inquiry. We're just going to cut to 4. Hopefully that'll work out for us and we don't actually miss out on poison. And then we're going to proliferate the poison onto our opponent with Contentious Plan, Augury, Steady Progress, and Vivisearch's Insight, drawing tons of cards, having a good time. And some parts of this metagame have been a little bit too fast, so Snap can be good there against the Glee combo combined with Anoint with Affliction. And we're also going to be playing today some Relic of Progenitus in the sideboard for the Mono Blue Terror deck. In conjunction with this spell, I think that this together can maybe help. We have Moment's Peace here for Bogles or stuff like the Gruul Monsters deck, which would be Gruul Ramp or Gruul Ponza. So hopefully we don't meet those, but you know, if we get our tap depletion land destroyed, it's not great for us. You know how it is. If you want to check out the sideboard guide for this specific list, this is the one that I'm going to be putting the sideboard guide on Patreon, which will be live when this video goes up, patreon.com/kalikaiz. Make sure to like and subscribe. Let me know what you thought about the video. Check out cardmarket.com, the largest seller of Magic the Gathering cards in Europe. And let's hop into the matches. Let's try to pair into some Gardens. Okay, we're here in game 1. We have probably a decent start. Let's keep. We have a depletion land and a basic in case we draw into some proliferation. And if we do, we can turn to proliferate the Chalice potentially. We also have Lotus Petal for the Weather Storm if they're on burn. If they're on a swamp. It could be good, could be bad. Chromatic Star means probably not good for us. They're probably on a Glee deck. But we did find the Augury off the top, which makes our start really good because on turn 2 we Chalice into Augury. Please don't duress me. Okay, never mind. So the best pick here is the Augury. And we know now that they're on Glee. They don't have very many cards in hand. They mulligan to 6. They take the Augury. Just goes for the double duress. Okay. Now we're the ones getting scammed. They took Weather the Storm, which is weird. I'm fully happy with them taking the Weather the Storm. I don't think that life gain really matters against their deck. We drew another Weather the Storm. So I think what I want to do is pedal into the Chalice, cycle for an island, then I can lure Vivisearch's Insight the next turn. So this gives me the Everflowing Chalice. I'll have 5 mana. It'll be fine. Pass the Chalice. And I'll pass the turn. I don't really want to use the depletion land because I won't be able to Vivisearch's Insight and keep it around. So I have to cycle this. They have another duress, I'm hosed. They crack for a white. Maybe it's some other deck. I mean, if it's some sort of Dirtle deck, they're probably going to die. But I think they probably are just cracking it for white because on Magic Online, when you right click and choose a color, white is the first one to tap. You can hold the W key as one of the hotkeys to auto add mana, and then it would add white. And they have nothing going on. You got the double duress hand with nothing to do. That's good for me. I'll grab my island. Here we have 5 mana. Okay, so the question, I could just cast the Inquiry. I think it's better to get my mana underneath me. We're missing out on 1 poison. Let's pass the turn. We drew another Infectious Inquiry. So we go like Inquiry off of these and then Experimental Augury. We do want to get the Scary in play. They find an Eviscerator's Insight. Get this card combined with these cards and the Duress. I can almost guarantee that we're facing, 100% guarantee this is the Black-Green Glee. Now we just have to get out underneath them. Eat Bog. I'll play tap for 2, black, Infectious Inquiry. I could actually just double Inquiry and draw 4 cards. And then go for the Scary next turn. That uses all my mana. Draw 2 more cards. Play the Scary. So next turn we have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. We have to use 2 of it to Augury, and then we can have 3, 4, 5 here. Hopefully they don't kill me. We have to find a snap. And a Lotus Petal. So I'll start with Experimental Augury. Found a Breath Weapon. So if they have Tamiyo's Safekeeping, I think we die either way. But Breath Weapon would kill their creature. So I think I take the Breath Weapon. Snaps are on the bottom. Let's see what happens if I Lotus Petal into the Breath Weapon. Do they have it? Be pretty funny. They didn't have it. Yes! We stuffed them. Okay. Sorry for yelling. Let's start with the Insight. Put you to 4 poison. We ended up drawing a snap. So I'm going to go Island and Petal. That way, if they have the combo again, I can snap them. But, you know, right now they're 14 cards deep. They found Duress, draw 2, combo. I wonder if they kept that in their opener. Given that they didn't make land drops for a while, it's probable that they just had the combo the whole time. Okay, plays a Forest, 3 cards in hand. I'm lucky that they didn't have the protection. They have a backup. Do you have a second Glee? Oh my god. Okay. I think I'm going to wait and see if they adapt it right now, and then I'll snap it. Oh, not today. Bam. I can't believe it worked out like that. That's absurd. Okay. Our opponent says that they misplayed on their star, and they were unlucky. I mean, cracking for white, maybe? They meant to play it out earlier. So I'm going to use the Chalice and cast Loring Revealed. Trying to draw into some more action. Let's start with, I think I'm going to Inquiry, floating the black in case I draw a Prism. Do another Inquiry. I think I'm fine to just Inquiry again. They said their mouse slipped. Oh, we did draw the Prism. I will play the Woodlot and then discard my 2 depletion lands. Next turn, well, I guess it could be a depletion land in Weather, but I don't think we needed the depletion lands right now. They're probably dead next turn. We can play the Pentad Prism and then just go off. Do you have a third? Oh yeah, they have. We had snapped their creature, I forgot. 1 more card in hand. Plays Malevolent Rumble. Let's see if they find the Glee again. They did. This is insane. What a crazy what a crazy game so far. They don't have any black mana right now, so they can't draw. They found double Brute Scale, triple Glee in the top 10 or 20. Oh my god. And somehow we're still in it. So I guess we bring in 100% of our removal spells. So I was going to tell our opponent they don't really have to make it a 20/20 right now, but I guess that we could respond to the crack on the spawn or something and kill their creature. I don't know. Or kill the Glee. I don't have anything. If I were them, I would just pass. Alright, there we go. Okay. We need to get our Prism on the table and play the Chalice as well, so that we're starting to build up a bunch of mana. And then cast the Contentious Plan. Right now we don't have a ton of blue sources. Maybe I should have just sacrificed the Peat Bog. I probably should have. Now that I think that went through a little bit, let's Experimental Augury, bring them to 8 poison. Find a Pentad Prism or a blue source. I think the Pentad Prism is the correct thing to grab. Play the Prism. Now I can draw 3 cards. Blue and blue off the Prisms. Draw 3. They're going to go to 9 poison. We whiffed. So I might have hosed myself. Let's start with the draw 2 here. We found the combo. We got there. Go to 10. Should I make their creature bigger? That's the real question. I think I will. They scoop. Okay. Well, we want all of our removal. We can cut the weather the storms, I think. And maybe just one petal is okay. Maybe it has to be the chalice. I'm going to cut on the chalice because this is a speed-based matchup, essentially. And we need our colored sources fast. Although some of the best starts the deck can have are just like turn 2, do a thing. We have Infectious Inquiry in our opener. We have a removal spell with Snap, but we don't have any blue mana. We're on the draw. Our opponent's keeping 7. They probably have a Duress. I'm going to keep it anyway. Living large, waiting for our blue off the top. Prism. So we would be great with any of our 8 blue lands, or 4 prisms, or 3 petals. That's a lot of good draws. Oops. I should have played the Peat Bog first, but I rearranged my hand. Peat Bog first would have allowed me to potentially Infectious Inquiry off of something, like an island. Okay, they have 2 mana. They can play their creature. Instead they rumble. Not a lot of good things they found. They found Swamp, Star, Viscer's Insight, and Chromatic Star. Okay, my turn. I think it makes sense to play the Scary here, just in case they have the combo. I can always snap their creature and then Inquiry. What did they take before? They chose a Swamp. Okay. So they could make an infinite creature right now. They play a Rumble. So they find Brood-Scale, Nightblade, Safekeeping, and a Swamp. Chooses the Brood-Scale. So 1 Safekeeping down. It's in for 0. Sending a message. I like your style. Okay. Play my Peat Bog and I'll pass. And we have to see what we can do. Right now they don't have any extra colored sources, so if they Brood-Scale, oh, now they found a green source. There's the Brood-Scale. I have the Glee. I will attempt to snap. Okay, the snap resolved. So I think I untapped the Peat Bog and the Scary. This could allow me to draw into a, let's see, what's his face? One of my exile removal spells. On another snap. We'll just take the snap here. They didn't have the answer before. Okay. So this next turn, I guess I have to Scary. I'm a little concerned about not having enough depletion lands around. I'll play my Scary out. Play the Infectious Inquiry. Okay. Your turn. Next turn we have Snap for mana, Steady Progress, Vivisurgeon's Insight as well. As long as they don't find more and more Glees, then we'll be okay. We do need to find some actual hard removal. They Deadly Dispute their plant, drawing cards. Cycles of Foreboding Landscape off of the treasure token. Oh no, never mind, they just cracked it for a black. We're casting a Malevolent Rumble. Okay, they found a Glee again, but Tamiyo Safekeeping is going to go to the graveyard again. They choose the Glee. Okay, my turn. So, I think I just take a draw. Find an Augury. So, let's see. I will start with the Experimental Augury, looking for more removal spells. I found a Prism. Okay, I'll take the Prism here. You go to 2 poison. 1. And then play out a Prism. And we'll use the blue mana from the Prism to cast Steady Progress. We'll have 4 mana left over. Steady Progress. They go to 3. We have 4 mana. Now we have 5 mana, okay. So we can go for Snap and we have a Breath Weapon. We have a Duress. Okay. They just have a second Duress. Can they kill me this turn? Brood-Scale. Okay. I mean, I was having a decent time, and then they had lots of redundancy. Sometimes when I play Brood-Scale, I'd never find the combo. They can use their treasure token to play the Brood-Scale, or to Glee on the Brood-Scale. They're going to play a second Brood-Scale. Okay. They're refusing to Glee right now. Interesting. So we're going to end step a Steady Progress. Put you to 4. Finding a contentious plan. We also have a Breath Weapon. Let's start with a Vivisurgeon's Insight. Floating in black. Oh man, I think they're dead here. Okay, so now the plan is to go for the breath weapon. This kills all their spawns. And then whichever one they adapt, we just exile with the Anoint with Affliction. 2 mana. A Deadly Dispute, sacrificing an Eldrazi spawn. I guess that allows them to still adapt. They're going for the adapt. Oh, nothing. Interesting. I really thought you were going to do something there. Okay. Weird. So let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could Vivisurgeon's Insight off this Lotus Petal, and that we'll still have 2 mana left over. 2, blue. Okay. Vivisurgeon's Insight. I want to have a couple of things I can do in case of something crazy happening. You go to 6 poison, and I'll play the Woodlot, pass the turn, hope for the best. How many of the Brood Scales did we kill? I guess that was just 2. 2 Brood Scales and a Glee, 1 Glee in hand. But you have another Brood Scale. Energy Refractor for the opponent. They get to draw a card off the Energy Refractor. They have 4 unknowns in hand. They have to have like Protection, Brood Scale, and Glee. You know they have Glee, so I don't think it's that likely they have all of that. Looks like they have a Duress. No. Maybe this is going to be a Deadly Dispute. They Eviscerator's Insight, sacrificing one of their lands, it looks like. Sacrifice the Tree of Tales. Okay, they cannot win here. If they... Yeah, they have no way to win on this turn. Next turn, we're probably going to win ourselves. Every time you have double Pentad, it makes your Contentious Plan 0 mana, because we get the mana back on the Pentads. And I like to use the non-blue mana for the Pentad. Just maximize the amount of blue you have in play. And then we can start by tapping our other mana sources and using those for the excess, just building up the prisms. This just gives you more mana for later turns if you want to be doing that, if you actually get to those other later turns. Another Anoint, we want to use our Contentious Plan first because it's a blind draw, and then later we can use the Experimental Augury as a way to like get some card selection after having as much information as possible. But this is actually GG. Infectious Inquiry, you go to 9, and then another one. So we end up taking round 1 over Black-Green Glee. Let's see if we can continue. We're here in round 2 versus Cosmic Charles. And the problem is that he likes to play Storm and will get steamrolled. But we don't really have anything else that we can do. Like, we could try to mulligan to a Snap. I think we just have to get lucky. Our opponent mulligans to 6. So I'll lead on my Sappers and Scary. Pass the turn. Then turn 2, I have Chalice into Chalice. Crystal Grotto. Oh. And then he cycles for a Forest. Okay. I still want to go the Chalice plan. Crystal Grotto has Scry 1. Okay. Cast this Chalice. Then we'll tap the island to cast another Chalice. We'll have 4 mana. I really need a proliferation spell. If we had a proliferation spell, we could go like Imprisonment to proliferate. And let's put the other Chalice in play. When it untaps, they're on Crystal Grotto and Forest, which is what they got off the... Okay, they're exploring. So they had like a Temur... Oh no. There's like Temur Cascade nonsense. I don't know how to feel about this. I guess we play the Prism. And then... Does it make sense to just slam the Inquiry and lose the Prism? I think so. We gotta get going. Find another Infectious Inquiry. What are they gonna do? Plays Malevolent Rumble. Growth Spiral, Brainstorm, Snap. At least they're poisoned though. We have not yet found any proliferation. They Malevolent Rumble again. Originally they chose Forest. And then what are they going to choose? Grazer, maybe? They choose Grazer. So they're a deck that's going to be putting lands in play. We find a Lotus Petal, so we can Inquiry again, or we can Petal into a Lorien Revealed. I think I'm going to try the Inquiry, because if I actually find a Proliferate, I'll be doing well. Found an Augury. Let's try... I guess I'll just play the Scary, play the Augury. Another Augury. I think I take that, because next turn I'm set up to draw a ton of cards, given I can give both of these chalices, set them up to 3, find a snap. I think snap is where I want to be at right now. You go to 4, and we have a ton of mana, a really, really large amount of mana. This is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 mana on the battlefield. Unfortunate that the prism is gone, but they are at 4, so I like that. They're scrying again, setting up their possible Cascade. They have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. They went bottom with the scry. Plays an Avenging Hunter. Let's see what they fetch out. Another forest. Okay, let's start by going Lorien Revealed. We'll do it again. Cast a Lorien Revealed. Down to Prism, but no card draw. I guess I could snap the Avenging Hunter and then Breath Weapon, but that's not that great. I think I want to put the Woodlot into play, cast the Chalice, and pass the turn. We could easily die here, I guess, because they have a 7-power Avenging Hunter. Next turn, we're going to take 5 from Trap. Maybe taking the Vivisurgeon's Insight was the correct call. They have 5 mana again, 6. So a boarding party would probably mess me up and kill me if I find a Brainstorm with the boarding party. I mean, versus this deck, I think we just bring in all of the Moments pieces and hope for the best. Snap could be decent. Probably not, though. They put the Grazer into play, and Gruul Turf picking up Crystal Grotto. Gets in for a lot. We go to 3. All right, they got me. We had a lot of cards in hand, a lot of mana in play, and nothing to do. Draw. Wow. Okay. On to the next. We want the Moments pieces. But the Breath Weapon, I don't know if I want the snaps or not. I'm just full on Moments piece and Weather Storm and try to stay alive. Okay, let's go. We're on the play. I think this is a bad hand. We're going to mulligan. Well, this hand does a lot of things. Let's keep it. I'll get rid of 1 Vivisurgeon's Insight. Play the Peat Bog and pass. So the hope is that we can draw another land. Okay, there we go. So what I can do is Lotus Petal, Prism, play the Pentad Prism out, and then I can use a counter from that Pentad Prism to play another Pentad Prism. Then next turn, 3 and a counter, Steady Progress, and I'll have 4 mana available. If I draw an untapped land, I can play Vivisurgeon's Insight as well. If I play an island, Deglamour would be mean. Plays an Explorer. They're on like all the sweetest arts. Makes sense. This is their flex deck. Okay, I'm going to start with Experimental Augury. That leaves me with enough mana to Insight, I believe. We're looking for the Insight. He says yes, it is his Art Flex deck. Nice. Okay, we're likely to draw into more lands, so that's not that great. If we take the Chalice, we can go Chalice into Steady Progress, have more mana. Deep Analysis, I think we're kind of away from using. I'll take the Chalice, Proliferate, and then you want to get the Chalice in play as soon as possible, because given that it grows and stays that big, then you're able to just continuously use the value from it. So we Steady Progress. We'll have 4 mana. An untapped land would allow me to cast the Vivisurgeon's Insight. We find another Chalice. Okay, your turn. I'm just hoping that he doesn't interact with all my stuff. Growth Spiral. Look at these arts. They're amazing. And I don't know what they put into play. Growth Spiral again. Puts a Gruul Turf into play. They have red left over. Oh, he probably has Pyroblast. I didn't think about that, but that's scary. Plays an island. 3 cards left in hand. Full art tribal over there. We'll tap our lands. Make blue. Cast the Insight. I'm going to float a black in case I draw the Insight. Or Infectious Inquiry, which I did draw. I don't know why I keep calling it Insight. Let's play the Infectious Inquiry. Finally, they're poisoned. And then draw a card with Contentious Plan. Go to 2. And I've proliferated all my stuff. Then we will Augury here. I'm just looking for blue sources or more proliferation. So do I want to take the Lorien Revealed or the Augury? I think at this point, I want the big mana spell, or a big draw spell. You go to 3. I don't want to fizzle out like I did last game. And here, we'll tap the Chalice, make 2 blue. Cast the Vivisurgeon's Insight. We're going to go to 4. Okay. Now we can cast a Pentad Prism. It's a little bit sketchy. Maybe that's not worth it. I think I should just play the Weather the Storm here. So go Peat Bog, Weather the Storm. Gain 18 life. The reason I was thinking that it's sketchy, because if I run out of blue sources, then I can't cast the Lorien Revealed, and I can convert the black and green into the prism into blue. They're brainstorming, setting up a Cascade now. We have a, once again, ridiculous amount of onboard mana. Plays an Avenging Hunter. So the Avenging Hunter is actually going to clear their brainstorm, which is kind of sick. They got that value. Finds a forest. They don't seem like they have, oh no. They do have a basic mountain. Yikes. Well, let's see what happens. Here's hoping. If they have Pyroblast in hand, I will be very sad. Pentad Prism, blue, blue. Casting the Lorien Revealed. They didn't have it. That's lucky. Let's cast the Infectious Inquiry then. We go to 5. Just all this non-blue stuff. Play my island. I think I'll play another Chalice. And then grow that Chalice with this Contentious Plan. We go to 6. And I have a lot of counters. A lot of mana in play. We drew an Infectious Inquiry. So if I had floated the black, we wouldn't have had to tap our stuff. I'll tap the big one. Draw some cards. I go to 7 poison. We have tons of mana. If we just chain our proliferation, we can get there. We find a Lorien Revealed. They're going to go to 8. So I saw Lorien Revealed, Island. I definitely just keep the Lorien Revealed there. Lucky that they didn't have a Pyroblast in hand. Let's cast the Lorien Revealed, draw 3 cards. Okay. We sure are doing things. All right. Steady progress. You go to 9. Okay, draw a card. It's a Pentad Prism. So we can play the Prism. All the Prisms in play. We've fizzled. Make it green. Cast Weather the Storm. Gain 33 life. We're out of range of their Avenging Hunter. Can we draw a Proliferation before we die? So for the initiative, they get to move into Forge. They can actually make the Arboreal Grazer have counters on it because it can attack. It is not a wall. They make their Avenging Hunter a 7/6. Brainstorm. Full art. Looks like some sort of cat. Or a tiger. They're Growth Spiraling. Simic Growth Chamber. So it's pretty cool how they can Growth Chamber back their lands to make their Brainstorms better if they have shuffles. They explore. Play another land. Plays a forest, 2 cards in hand. Gets in for 7. We'll go to 77. 78. They scoop. We were 4 cards away from our first proliferation. Okay, we're on the draw here. We have a pretty good mana base, a lot of card selection, and proliferation. We're going to keep. They go Grazer, mulligan to 6. Plays Simic Growth Chamber. We'll have 3 mana on turn 2. We'll have 2 mana on turn 2. Okay, we find a Chalice. I can play my Scary out. Maybe I should have played the Peat Bog. Chalice into Peat Bog into Lotus Petal. They're Malevolent Rumbling. So they found Growth Chamber, Altasaur, Brainstorm. I assume they take the Altasaur? Okay. Hopefully they're far from that. Plays a Forest. They have 4 mana on the table. So since I have all this, I think it makes sense to go Chalice and Lotus Petal. Then Experimental Augury. We have to take the Infectious Inquiry. Now we have 6 mana for the next turn, which means we can go Inquiry into Augury. Or Inquiry into Steady Progress. As long as they don't blow up my stuff. Oh, they found a Cast into the Fire, but they can't use it because of Malevolent Rumble. So Malevolent Rumble revealed Barrens, Cast into the Fire, Explore, and Gruul Turf. They take the Gruul Turf. All right. 2, 4, 5, 6. Next turn, they can cast the Annoyed Altasaur. We'll start with Infectious Inquiry. Found a Prism. That is very solid. Okay. Prism in play means we have enough mana to now cast the Experimental Augury. I think I can take the Weather the Storm or the Scary. We're likely to be able to find more weathers. I need to develop my mana and get my engine going. So we'll take the scary. You go to 2. We proliferate all of our stuff, play the scary, pass the turn. Hopefully this next turn will be a big one. We can go augury, progress, insight, hopefully. Okay, here comes the Annoyed Allosaur. See what they find. Boarding party. Oh no. Oh no. Boarding party finds explore. Okay, we're getting hit for 6. We need to find moments pieces. Because next turn we are dead. Is it Boilerworks picks up the forest with the explore, I guess. Okay. So how can I maximize this? 1, 2, 3. Play steady progress. You go to 3. Okay. Steady progress again. 4. Done. We found the moments piece. So I can go augury. That'll make this. I think I have to use the augury this way. Cast the augury. Back to 4. Let's take the insight. You go to 5 poison. We have 4 mana floating. Blue. Blue. Cast the Vivisurgeon's Insight. This is weird. It feels like it's been a long game, but it's only turn 4. You go to 5. Okay. Done. We don't have any green sources. We'll have to play the scary. Pass the turn. Next turn we have a very large amount of mana. I'll cast the Moments Piece and hope for the best. Sweet. They don't have a Flaring Pain. My turn. We'll tap the Chalice, play the Insight, trying to put more mana on the Prism. They have a Pyroblast. That stinks. Okay, cast another one, or cast a Lorien Revealed. We drew the mana. Play the Woodlot. I'm going to try for this Infectious Inquiry, I guess. Kind of contentious plan. It doesn't really help. Maybe it helps a little bit. I can plan right now, and then, well, if they have a Pyroblast, I die. I guess they didn't Pyroblast the other thing. So if I contentious plan, makes my Chalice bigger, then I cast the Moments Piece from hand. Okay, plan. They didn't have anything. Do I think they might have a counter? I don't think so. But anyway, we'll pass to their upkeep, discarding the Peat Bog, and cast the Moments Piece. So Prism is down. We need to maintain this Hickory Woodlot. They cast into the fire, killing my Chalice. Okay. We have a couple of turns. We have 2 draw steps with the Moments Pieces. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's start with the Infectious Inquiry, because we might just be able to kill them. And we did. Experimental Augury. Okay. Our opponent gives us the GGs. On the another Inquiry, you go to 10. I felt like I got a little bit lucky, but we pulled it out. 2-0, let's go to round 3. We're here in round 3 on the draw. I think this is fine. It kind of shows the power of Lotus Petal because... oh no! Oh no! Our opponent... oh no! They played a bounce land. Oh no. That stinks. Okay, play the Peat Bog. I'll pass the turn. Man, that was brutal for them. Playing an island. Okay. That's what they meant to do in the first place. I'm gonna play my Petal. Play my Scary. I'm sort of nervous about a Spell Pierce, so I will just pass. I think this is probably Temur Fae. And if it is Fae, we really can't afford to get the Inquiry countered because we need to make every single spell count, making it so that they can't use their counter spells effectively. They drop an Augur of Bolus, giving us an opening. So we can Pentad Prism, we'll have 4 mana left over. Probably have to Pentad Prism into Augury into Infectious Inquiry, unless we find a land. Okay, we found a land. Doesn't cast the thing we needed to cast though. I guess I could Infectious Inquiry first and then just play the Peat Bog and play the Augury. Then my Prism is not around. Although I guess, let's just do that. Play the Infectious Inquiry. Play land. Actually, I'll just play the Prism and pass. I can always just cycle with the Lorien Revealed, put that into play, and then try to do something on their end step. They're going to go for Preordain. If they leave counterspell open, I think I have to cycle for an island and play the Lorien Reveal. They could go for Ninja here, but they don't. They have a contentious plan. I'll island cycle, finding an island. We have 3 instant speed things we can cast. A Spellstutter Sprite on end step. We're going to play the Augury now. Take the Vivisurgeon's Insight. Get a 2 poison. I was correct in that they are spell fairies. Play another Augury. I could take the Snap. Snap or Infectious Inquiry. Probably should just take the Inquiry and be diligent here. I don't think Snap is going to matter that much at the moment. It could. Play the Augury. And then we can actually weather for a decent chunk of change. Take another contentious plan. Go to 4. We have 1 floating mana here, so it makes sense to cast the Weather Storm in 15. We know they have Temur Aqueduct in hand. So fighting against fairies, you usually want to bait them. So if they have exactly 2 mana open, we can try playing the contentious plan, and that will make them Spellstutter it most likely. Then we follow up with a draw 3. So there's the Aqueduct they played on turn 1 on accident. See if they Ninja. They don't. Okay, so I'll try a contentious plan. Now that I drew the Snap, if they Spellstutter Sprite, they're just tapped out. Okay. Seems like they're F6'd. Try contentious plan. See if they just Snap resolves. Okay. Play this Scary. 3. I'll try an Insight. Resolves. Okay. Kind of have a lot of options now. Cast this Chalice. And then I can snap their Spellstutter Sprite. Snap their Augur. I don't think I need to do that right now. They're at 7 poison. We have a lot of men in play. They skip their first turn. Things are fine. So they played an island for turn. They have 5 mana available. They didn't seem like they had a counterspell in hand. They're getting in for 2. Okay. We'll take 2 and go to 28. On a Pentad Prism. Try playing that. See if they found a Spellstutter. Nope. Okay. Infectious Inquiry. Get 8 poison. They have a counterspell. They have the counterspell. Well, let's try Deep Analysis. Draw 2. Land. And then a Contentious Plan. Put you to 8. And that grows all of our stuff. Very nice. We draw Steady Progress. So I could snap their... Let's just try playing the Steady Progress. Because this grows everything. They didn't seem like they had anything going on. Okay, they're at 9. And Weather the Storm. I think I'm going to start with draw 2. Lorien Revealed. Alright, I'm just going to cast Weather the Storm. Gain another 1,000,000 life. Maybe it's not even necessary. Alright, well, let's just pass. I don't need to cast the Weather. It feels bad to get rid of the Storm count, but whatever. All good. I'm going to yield into the blocks and see if they Ninja. Feels like they want to play a 4-drop here. Well, it looks like they have a Terror or an Angler. Plays a Gurmag. That is a great target for my Snap. What's great is our Snap can filter this black mana into blue mana. We go tap, tap, tap. Snap your Angler using the black mana. Untap. Tap the black mana. Cast the Lorien Revealed. And there we go. So just get this Prism into play. I mean, they can't really have a response here. So not kind of playing with my food, but I want to set up, do some things. Here is an experimental Augury. They have to have Dispel. They didn't Dispel the Angler Snap. And we got there. You go to 10. So what is our plan post board? This looks more like a regular Fairies deck. We can trim on some number of Weather the Storms. I've generally liked Breath Weapon versus Fairies. Maybe some Dispels. Like in the past, instead of playing the Snaps, I would just go 4 Anoints. That seems okay. And then I was getting rid of my Weather the Storm. But I think I should keep 1 Weather the Storm in the deck. So let's cut these Snaps and see what we're doing here. 2 cards left to cut. So I'll trim a Petal and a Chalice. It's because those are not super good versus a Spellstutter. And we'll go to the post board. Well, we've opened an unkeepable hand with no lands. And we did it again. Okay, this is keepable. I think we can get rid of the Dispel, the Contentious Plan, or the Lorien Revealed here. Maybe it's just the Lorien. So our plan is to just make land drops and then try to sneak in some proliferating card draw spells. Our opponent starts with Preordain, which is fine because we're not going to play anything turn 1 really. We're just going to play a big 2-mana land. They go top. Okay. Play my Scary. It's really nice here. We drew a Hickory Woodlot so we can keep adding depletions. In a control matchup, you need to just keep adding lands to the table. I'm going to play my Woodlot. And then let's see if they have a Spell Pierce for this Contentious Plan. They don't. Okay. We found a Dispel. So in the past, I was on Bring the Ending as a counterspell. I felt like Bring the Ending was better versus decks like Fairies and Familiars, but with Relic, maybe it's not that big of a deal. And I think that Dispel is probably better against Mono Blue Terror than a 2-drop counterspell. So now I'm looking for my black land, and I'm looking to try to get the poison going. I probably have to focus on making that happen. On my turn, maybe instead of Contentious Plan, I go for the Experimental Augury. Our opponent has played a tap land. They play a Duress. That's stinky. Duress is a heavily played card now in black decks with the advent of Glee everywhere. People are trying to not die to it. Okay, they took my Dispel. Huh. We have a Lorien Revealed. I'm just going to cast that. They have Spell Pierce. They did not. Very nice. Okay, we drew 3 cards on turn 3. They play an Augur of Bolas. And it whiffs. Oh, that stinks. Opponent not having the greatest luck. Okay, so we have Steady Progress or Contentious Plan. I think Steady Progress makes the most sense here. It uses our whole depletion land. Another Woodlot. I'm going to try Experimental Augury looking for the poison spell. Found it. So, you know, Duress is also pretty good against me here when I'm trying to just get my Infectious Inquiry on with a Singleton. We don't have any black mana though. Okay, now I have to pass. Our opponent's brainstorming. Probably looking for more land drops. They're getting in for 1. So if they ninja, I think I just start with the Vivid Surgeon's Insight looking for a black land. Ninja in play. The Lotus Petal would also help. They hit me with a Bajuka Bog. Luckily, that does not matter to me. But what does matter is me being able to resolve this Infectious Inquiry. And them having extra cards every turn isn't great. We find a Peat Bog, which is fine, but it can't cast the Inquiry this turn. So I'll start with the Vivid Surgeon's Insight. And we didn't really get there. So let's play the Peat Bog. We're at 8 cards in hand. Just pass. Discard the Woodlot. We have multiple Anoint with Afflictions and multiple Infectious Inquiries. So next turn we're going to tap our 2 green mana and use that with a black to try to cast the Infectious Inquiry. They have to have double regular counterspell. We draw an extra card with the Ninja. It doesn't look very good for us. They're tapping out for the Thorn. So we can Infectious Inquiry, Contentious Plan, and then kill your Ninja. That's pretty good. Okay, Inquiry. Use the green mana. I would really like a Pentad Prism right now. I use a Spell Pierce. Okay. I'll use my green mana on a Lotus Petal. Let's play Experimental Augury. Looking for a Pentad. Found it. Very nice. You go to 2. Then we play the Pentad Prism. Play the Lotus Petal. And then now I need an untapped land. If I find an untapped land, I can just anoint their Ninja right now. Experimental Augury. Did not find an untapped land. You can take Peat Bog or Prism. So I think I want to take... I could just take the Peat Bog, blow the Prism on killing the Ninja right now. Or take the Prism... We played a land. Looks like I already... No, they played Island. We didn't play a land yet this turn. So if I take the Peat Bog, I can just kill this. I'll lose the Prism. I'll make my land drop. I think it's worth it. They go to 3. Maybe it's not. This is a tough decision. I think I have to pass. I have a couple of Infectious Inquiries. I think the Prism in play, given the amount of blue lands that we have, we need to keep. They're casting something big. I guess an Angler. Murmuring Mystic. Okay. So that can kill me pretty quickly. I need it to die. I get in for 3. Hopefully they don't draw another land. Ninja of the Deep Hours hits us. I have a land. So I assume they try to protect the Murmuring Mystic. Plays Augur Bolus. Now we're in the clear. So we'll probably just try to win. They're at 3. We currently have 4 poison in hand. Let's start with a Vivisearch's Insight. Draw a bunch of cards. Use a lot of the blue mana, but we could find a Prism. Okay, you go to 4. And we'll cast the Experimental Augury. Looking for a Prism still. Find an Everflowing Chalice. Okay. Go to 5. So now if I play my Chalice, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cast the Chalice. And then we'll just try to be mana efficient. Cast a Contentious Plan. So this mana comes back, but some of it's colorless, and we will have to tap the Chalice to use it. Okay, they go to 6 poison. Make a mana Contentious Plan. They go to 7 poison. Now I have to do some math, huh? Found an island. Blue. This wins, because we will have 3 counters and 4 mana here. We can tap the 4 mana and go Infectious Inquiry, Infectious Inquiry. Okay. So we're going to beat UB Fae. Steady Progress, and we get our mana back. Go ahead and cast a Steady Progress. Even more mana back. Get a 9. You can really storm off for sure. This is turn 7. We're doing some stuff. Our opponent scoops. Yeah. Didn't have to use our Anoints at all. And we're 3-0. All right, we're here in round 4. 3-0 versus Barf, the UB Fae player himself. Okay, I think we can keep this. Barf is the one that actually sort of invented this current version of UB Fae, I believe. But we'll see what happens. I guess I'm hoping for another land. Seething Landscape. Huh. I don't know what that means. Okay, so we have a bunch going on. We can Pentad Prism into Chalice, into Petal, into Experimental Augury. Pentad Prism. We'll have a lot of mana in play, but not a lot of colors. Cast with Multi-Kicker. So we're looking for blue mana. Augury. Found a Pentad Prism, Steady Progress, and a Vivisearch's Insight. Well, I don't like what we have here. Guess I'm taking the Insight, hoping that we can spike something later. Okay, we have 6 mana in play. Your turn. They grab a swamp. It must be the UB Fae deck. A Sneaky Snacker. Let's make a black and cast Infectious Inquiry. That is bad. Play my Woodlot. Pass the turn. We have no blue sources. I think maybe I messed that up. Get in. Now we find a blue source. So we cannot Contentious Plan, but we can Deep Analysis. Let's try that. We could Counterspell. They're going to Counterspell the Deep Analysis. We have to pass. They tap out for the Monarch. We have to use a Contentious Plan into Deep Analysis. Looks like they're passing. They are playing the Monarch. Okay. Okay, so start with Plan. You go to 2. Okay. We can cycle this island. Or cycle the Lorien Revealed for an island. Then we can cast our Vivisearch's Insight, which I think is probably worth just doing that. Cast the Vivisearch's Insight. Draw 3 cards. And we have Snap Lorien Revealed. And then I think I'm just going to keep drawing cards. I have 3 mana. So if I snap, I can't cast the Lorien Revealed. I could, let's just Deep Analysis ourselves. We are losing life quickly. Pass the turn. They cycle a Lorien Revealed for an island. Gets in for 3. I'll play a Scary. Well, they already used a Counterspell, so will they have another one? Hopefully not. Cast my Lorien Revealed. Yeah, we're gonna die. They had the Counterspell. Given that they are drawing 2 cards a turn, they're a Counterspell deck. Not feeling very good about this position. We have to draw another Vivisurge's Insight or something. We play a Modern Age. Discards a Snuff out. We have snaps that can help us resolve something. Find nothing. Okay, I'll play the Island. Pass the turn. So Weather the Storm can maybe buy time, but we have to fade more counterspells. They get in for 3. Cycles a Lorien Revealed. It's for another island. They don't need the card draw. They're just playing islands. Preordain. They went bottom. Looking for that counterspell, I guess. We are trying to draw a draw spell. We're just on par with them. We find Snap. Okay. Play my Sandstone Needle. And then we'll go to blocks. Our Hickory Woodlot currently has 3 counters on it, so at least we can use that. They're going to put us to 1 here. So, Napier Snacker. Elves. Napier Thorn. I'm just trying to build storm count. Okay. Guess that worked. We're not taking any damage. They cast a Modern Age. They can discard their Snacker here. Storm is 3. Goes to 8 cards in hand. Snacker comes back. We can just snap the Snacker again. Okay, let's gain 15 life. I don't know if that's going to save me, but it did a thing. The Snacker's going to come right back anyway. We need a 5-mana draw spell. That doesn't get countered. We found a 5-mana draw spell. Cast it. Scoop. Oh no, they're brainstorming. Okay, I didn't scoop yet. Expect them to... I mean, we have to fade the counterspell here. And then a lot of our cards in our hand can just get easily countered by a Spellstutter Sprite. Our cards in our deck, I mean. We do have Breath Weapon to kill the Spellstutter Sprite, I guess. Found it. GG. I had all the counterspells. So I'm bringing in the Dispels and the Anoint with Afflictions. And the Breath Weapons again. Just going to cut down on these. And 2 of these. Lotus Petal and Chalice. Okay, we would like to play first. We want to try to have a good hand. This is not good enough. This hand does things. Let's keep and get rid of, I guess, another Infectious Inquiry here. Deep Analysis can be good if we actually get our mana off the ground. Our plan is to turn to the Infectious Inquiry and just pray that it doesn't get countered. You have a Spell Pierce. Come on! This is when I would just snap concede. That was pretty good for them. Rough. Play the Peat Bog, pass the turn. They cycle Suffocating Fumes on my end step. Plays a land. Let's cycle and play a land. So, I don't think I need to do anything here. Pass the turn. Maybe I cycle for a land again. They flash into Spellstutter, indicating they have more Spellstutters in hand to wreck me. It's in for 1. I'll try Deep Analysis. Resolves, play the Scary, pass the turn. Opponent plays a Modern Age, discarding a Deep Analysis. 4 cards in hand, no Monarch yet. Play my Woodlot, draw 2 with the Deep Analysis. They let that resolve. The concern is that we're going to die to their beats, and I won't be able to kill them because I have all my Weather the Storms out of the deck. There's 1 in the deck left. They go to 17, drawing 2 cards off a Deep Analysis. 4 mana available. They're preordaining. I mean, we could just try slamming big draw spells like the Lorien Revealed. They get in. Play my island. Cast Lorien Revealed. Resolves. Okay. So, what do I do here? They had the Spell Pierce before. By Contentious Plan, I'll try my Contentious Plan. I expect them to have Spellstutter Spell Pierce here. Kind of nervous. Okay, they have the Spellstutter. We'll kill your other Spellstutter. Okay, so this Spellstutter is not going to do anything. And we put counters on our stuff. And then I can get this Chalice into play. Pass the turn. Still have not actually resolved the Infectious Inquiry yet, though. Do you have an annul? Weird. Okay, I mean, you have an annul. You have it, you have it. Pass the turn. You're gonna die. They have a Lorien Revealed? No, Deep Analysis themselves. Couldn't have shot me with the Deep Analysis. We get a regular island. X for 1, we go to 13. Okay, so now I have a Dispel. So I can play the Scary, play the Vivisurge's Insight. I have a Dispel for the counterspell. They didn't have anything. Okay, done. And then we'll just play Infectious Inquiry. Finally poison them. Okay, that is it. All right, fine. Pass the turn. We'll discard some depletions at this point. We need to start making land drops that are blue. They cycle Lorien Revealed after brainstorming. Get rid of these cards. Somehow I need to be able to resolve this Pentad Prism. They Deep Analysis going to 14. They have 5 mana open. 8 cards in hand. 7 mana open. Gets in for 3. We're going to go to 8. Play the Scary. I think I need to try to do stuff on their end step. They flash in a Dahada's Ploy. I will Dispel. They don't flash it in, they just cast a Dahada's Ploy. Maybe Dispelling there was not correct, but their filtering seemed important. They attack for 3. We're really looking for the Weather the Storm now to try to stay alive. There's a Sneaky Snacker. I'm going to respond with an Experimental Augury. They have Sprite. I'm going to respond with another Experimental Augury. Counterspell. So now hopefully my Pentad will resolve, and then my Vivisurgeon's Insight will resolve, and then I can find a way to close out the game. Okay, Pentad. Done. Cast Vivisurgeon's Insight. They have a Counterspell. Lucky. Vivisurgeon's Insight again. You go to 2. Okay. So they have 2, 4, 5, 6 damage on the table. Let's cast Experimental Augury again, looking for that Weather. We find another Anoint. So we can kill this and kill this. And then we'll be down to no Pentad. Okay. Go to 3. Kill this one. And black. Kill that one. Unfortunately, we did not get to use our Weather the Storm. We only have 1 in the deck. We will be taking 2 damage. They have another Dahada's Ploy from the graveyard. They actually... Oh, they discard the Snacker. That's pretty sweet for them, that's for sure. Gets the Snacker back. Didn't think about that. The synergies. So we're once again dead. Let's cast Lorien Revealed. Draw, hopefully. My man. Okay, they have a Brainstorm looking for another counterspell. They're very, very good at playing tight to give them a lot of outs. Does it resolve? Nope. GG. 3-1, on to round 5. Okay, this is round 5. We're versus New Barola. Last time I faced them, they were on Elves. Unfortunately, this hand is not great, but I think we have to keep it anyway and hope for something good off the top. They are on Elves. They don't have a turn 1 play. Play the Woodlot, pass the turn. Priest of Titania on turn 2, so they'll have 3 mana next turn. Find Infectious Inquiry. Play my Chalice. Play the Island. Cycle for another Island. Pass the turn. But we can actually just cast a Vivisurgeon's Insight next turn. Plays the Llanowar Elves. They have 4 mana. That's the Timberwatch Elf, so we're pretty dead. Okay, we'll play Pentad. And then black. Infectious Inquiry. We found the Snap. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't really get us anywhere. Pass. Maybe we can snap on the next turn into a Vivisurgeon's Insight. Our opponent plays a Forest. Another Timberwatch Elf. This is where I would generally just concede. And wait. So now they have this Bestow creature, Nyxborn Hydra, and which unfortunately snapping it doesn't do anything because Bestow, for some reason, it doesn't care that you snap it. It just stays as a 5/5 or whatever. Correct. So now we need 100% of our removal spells. And the Breath Weapon, cutting all the weathers, maybe just 1 Weather Storm. Then we need to cut 2 more cards. The Lotus Petals are important to cast the Breath Weapons. We're on the play. Maybe we can cut a Chalice in the Deep Analysis. Submit. We need to get to the point where we wipe their board with the Breath Weapon. Tough match. Okay, we're on the play. So we have the Inquiry. And a Breath Weapon. No blue sources. I mean, I'm keeping it because I'm a risky fiend. I think that we have all those removal spells, the Anoints and stuff that we can cast. They play a Forest. So they're just going to probably play a Priest on turn 2 again. Play my other Peat Bog, pass the turn. In reality, I probably should have played the Woodlot in case I draw a Prism off the top. A Winding Way. And it finds Forest, Priest, Generous End. Let's cast this Infectious Inquiry looking for an island off the top. We found it. Let's go. And we can cast the Contentious Plan. Next turn, we can board wipe them. Finding a snap, too. That is pretty good. 3 mana for the opponent. They play Priest of Titania. Well, they just play a 1-drop. Plays a Birchlore Rangers. So this could get us good if they have, like, Hydroblast. Plays a Quirion Ranger. So they could untap their land. I'm going to go Lotus Petal. Start with the Breath Weapon. They didn't have a response. Play the Experimental Augury looking for blue sources. Find Infectious Inquiry or Lorien Revealed. I think I want to take the Lorien Revealed. You go to 3. Put the counters on my stuff. Cycle for an island. And then I can play the island now or play the Woodlot, but I think the blue source in play is good. Our opponent cycles a Generous End, getting a forest. Plays the forest. Plays a 3-drop Temur Watch Elf. Okay, so we can actually make mana this way. We tap the black and all these. Snap this. Untap these 2. We have 2, 4, 5, 6 mana. Cast the Vivisurgeon's Insight. Go to 4. That wasn't that great. Using my snap there. Play this scary and pass. Next turn we have Vivisurgeon's Insight into a snap again. Play Llanowar Elves. Replays the Temur Watch Elf. I'm going to just cast the Vivisurgeon's Insight. Go to 5. Now I can snap this, and then I have blue, maybe blue-red. I don't know if that matters. I think snapping it's probably still good. Snap the Temur Watch Elf. I have 5 mana left. So if I go this and this, I have 5 mana. I can cast the Lorien Revealed and draw 3. Okay, okay. Snap is sweet. Untap these. Finding the prisms there, I think the game is over. Over. Now they're just going to play an Avenging Hunter, which is fine. I guess I do care about that, but we can always just anoint it. They find a land, play a land. Okay. Prism. We're going to play another prism. All right. Now we can start chaining. Don't have my glasses, but it is combo time, baby. You go to 6. All right. Nice. Experimental Augury. Let's try it. Find the Anoint. Any order. You go to 7. I think we can just kill them here, maybe. Experimental Augury. Everflowing Chalice. Okay. Any order. You go to 8. So 3 mana. Yeah, I think they're just dead. That's progress. Oh, I had double progress. I was trying to think if I could progress into my Vivisurgeon's Insight, but we got him. Score 1 for the home team. Okay, we'll try it again. Okay, we have to mulligan this one. It's not fast enough. It had the Breath Weapon. Yikes. We're going to 5. Our opponent's keeping 6. We probably have the good stuff. We have snaps. This is not great. Keep. Put back a snap and a steady progress. And we were kind of hoping for a blue land off the top. We find it. Play the Woodlot. So here we can go Palace into grab an island, or we can just see what happens. Kind of need the Lotus Petal around. They play Nyxborn Hydra. Can't really snap that. I don't want to snap it anyway. I want to find a Breath Weapon. Okay, let's cast this Chalice and then cycle. Grab the island, play the island. Pass the turn. So we're looking in 2 turns to maybe play the Vivisurgeon's Insight. They have a Mesmeric Fiend. That's bad. I mean, we can snap it and then get our thing back. Guess not. So they wanted to keep their snap. I'll play the Contentious Plan. I'm not going to put counters on our Nyxborn Hydra. Thank you very much. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I have to pass. Playing the Petal doesn't do anything here. We have 5 mana. So Lotus Petal is 6 mana. They get in for 1. Breath Weapon would be sick here. Play the Entad Prism here. And then I'll try this Augury. Finding an Anoint. It is CMC 3 or less. I'll take the Anoint. Any order. I really need to draw cards. I think I have to just play the Vivisurgeon's Insight here, and then hope for the best. Okay, we actually found enough to be able to play the Anoint and kill this Temur Watch. Pass the turn. Next turn, we can play Chalice into Vivisurgeon's Insight, plus play the Peatbog out. We play an Llanowar Elves. I'm hoping that I can find a Breath Weapon. We only have 2 in the deck, though. We're going to get in for 3. They're still not poisoned. Pass the Chalice. And then play the Peatbog. Cast the Vivisurgeon's Insight, floating a green. Draw some cards. That didn't go well. Oh no. Pass the turn. We have nothing. Just mana. That's a problem for a Storm deck. Looks like they're going to Hydra. Maybe on the Mesmeric Fiend. So they have a 3/3 Mesmeric Fiend now. Donks us. We find Infectious Inquiry. Okay, I'll try it. Now I have to just somehow chain and win. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. Play the Scary out. Contentious Plan. Get mana back, you go to 2. Another Infectious Inquiry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm nervous. This was +3, so there'll be 9. I'm nervous that they will have some sort of... I guess we could... That doesn't work. I don't want to kill myself here, as the problem. Whatever. Infectious Inquiry. We found the Weather Storm. Let's go. Okay. Never didn't have it. Petal. Petal. Blue. Blue. Tap this. Cast Lorien Revealed. Draw 3 cards. We even have an Anoint with Affliction. So, I don't know what happens if I kill this. I guess I should try, though. Make a blue. Experimental Augury. Contentious Plan. Any order. We're going to go these things. Done. And then try to kill this thing. What happens? Do I get the snapback? I do get the snapback. Sweet. So now I could snap your Llanowar Elves. Blue. Snap your Llanowar Elf. Untap these. Tap them again. Contentious Plan. Go to 5. Okay, that was a big turn of events. That one of... I was afraid I was going to die, and here we are, casting Weather the Storm, gaining 33 life. Yes, the Singleton Weather the Storm. I kept it in the deck for a reason. That was sweet. Okay, you have 4 mana, 4 damage. Can't currently bestow anything. They could make black mana with the Jaspera, I guess. They're gonna... Looks like they're trying to cast an Avenging Hunter for 4 mana. Plays a Llanowar Elves. Okay. Another Mesmeric Fiend. They play a Birchthorn Ranger. Gets in for 4. And now we can just untap with boatloads of mana. Just tons and tons. Okay. I will just tap the Chalice because I don't even need it. Play the Vivisurgeon's Insight. Use that Chalice mana. You go to 6. Okay, we have more mana. Play an island. Another Vivisurgeon's Insight. Still floating a ton of mana. You go to 7. Ah, sick. Okay. We can Breath Weapon. Cast the Breath Weapon. Bonk. Cast the Infectious Inquiry. Cast another Infectious Inquiry. And then we win. We got a 4-1. Very solid. I love it. We lost to the blue-black Fae Master who was 4-0 off, and, you know, offered the potential split. Okay. 4-1. Poison Storm still rocking. That feels good. Hopefully you enjoyed. If we go back to the deck, I think overall I'm feeling pretty confident on it. We'll keep that for the sideboard guide for this month. So remember, you can check that out at patreon.com/kalikaiz. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you in the next video.